Yes, 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 yes. What you see here in this chart is basically the 4 ways to get rich in America. It's not complicated. Hey, I'm Gerald Peters. I'm the author of this book, You Don't Have to Die Broke. I give that book away. No sales funnel, no click funnels, none of that stuff. You just contact me, I email it to you. Simple as that. There's really only 4 ways to get rich in America. The most explosive way, and the way to get the richest, and a lot of the famous people that you see, is by owning a business. So you start a business that becomes extremely profitable and you get rich. It's also the riskiest way. The second way is to simply invest in other businesses or other people's businesses. Now, the most dangerous way to do this is be an angel investor or a startup type investor. Again, the most profitable, very risky. The easiest way to do this, though, is through the stock market, and this is what most people do. The third way is with real estate. Single-family homes, multi-family homes, things like that. Apartment buildings. And then, of course, if you're good looking or a good talker, you might can marry rich. And that's probably the fastest way to do it. Simply marry rich. So if you were born good looking, maybe utilize the assets you were given and target a rich man or woman. So these are it. You can own a business, invest in business, invest in real estate, or marry. Now, if you're not doing any of these right now, you will always be poor. You will always be poor. Most businesses go out of business, so that's a very dangerous way to do it. Most people have a job. If you have a job, you should be doing a couple things. One, in my book I talk about this, you're going to need multiple, I call it a well. You're going to need, a well is your job, you know, an old school well where you lower down the water and you get a bucket of water, you pull it out. And from that water, we're going to fill up 3 other buckets. This is right here is the bucket of necessities. These are your bills, car payments, insurance, college loans, all that good stuff. This is savings, and this is investing. Now, people get this shit out of whack, or get this stuff out of whack. You got to be careful. So we pull money out of the well and we put it in the necessity. Problem is, this bucket has a hole in it, and this is a never-ending thing. Electrical bills, you know, dentist, all this stuff. It's just constantly money going in. But somehow we've got to get money over to the savings, and then we got to get money to investing. Now, a lot of people just go straight from the well to checking to investing, and they skip an adequate savings account, and that's what happened in 2008. The reason people couldn't withstand it is they didn't adequately distribute their money properly. So what I'm trying to show you in this book here is how to never blow out and how to get rich for certain and stay that way. Now, if we have a bucket entitled investing, what do we invest in? And I just showed you. Most people are going to invest in business. This would be the stock market. And then to real estate. Now, the reason these two work so well is they fight inflation. See, every day, everything goes up tiny little bit. Now, owning a business, they can push that off to their customers. They raise the prices. Netflix goes up, your insurance goes up, gas goes up, house payments go up. Everything is constantly going up. This is why it's horrible advice when they tell people you shouldn't buy a house. A house is a liability. That is all nonsense. They're going to get you so messed up in life that if you follow that advice, I promise you, you will regret following the advice of people telling you not to buy a house. Houses go up in value. So you don't only want to live in a house, you want to own dozens of houses. You want to own dozens of stocks. And so what you want to ultimately do is you want to own 20 to 40 stocks that you understand the companies. You can ride the ups and downs. You don't freak out. That all pay you dividends, and then you reinvest those dividends until the day you want to start collecting the money. You want to buy houses. You want to buy 10, 20, 30, 40 houses. At least you want to buy a few, 5 or 6, to offset inflation and to make you rich. So here's what I did. I did this exact formula. And so today, after 18 years of just working, saving my money. Now here, traditional thought is you should save 10% of your money. If you save 10% of your money, you will always be poor. You will always be broke, and you will never build wealth. That needs to be said. This is not enough money. This is terrible. You need to be saving 30 to 50% of your money. Now you're going to say, well, I can't do that. I know. You can't make it on one job. You got to create side hustles. You've got to save 30 to 50% of your money if you ever hope to be financially free. 30 to 50% if you ever hope to be financially free. And if you ever hope to be rich, you have to save at least 50% of your money, and not just save it, but invest it. But first we have to save it, right? And then you have to push it into assets that produce cash flow. Cash flow could look like this. It could be rent collection, that's one, right? It could be dividends, that's one, right? It could be interest payments, right? It could be royalties are one. It could be coupon payments. These are all the things that I receive. So a lot of different ways that you could receive this money coming in every month in the form of what we call cash flow. So you have to buy assets that produce cash flow. Now the beautiful thing about America is this. You can just take your phone and buy assets like during this video. Like during this video, you could have bought shares in any number of 9,000 companies or however many they are that pay dividends. You could just do that. You could just take your phone and log into your brokerage account and click buy. Now, if you're not doing that, you need to understand you're not participating in the greatest economic scheme a country ever devised. You can do it from your phone and you're not doing it. So you will always be poor until you change these habits. So you have to begin investing like today. Like today, go open a brokerage account. Today, start figuring out what can you do to make more money. So you need one well, you need a second well, you're probably going to need a third well, so that you can push all this money into stocks and real estate. This is the only formula you have. This is it. If you're not participating in that, if you're not doing it, if you don't have multiple streams of income that you're investing in stocks and real estate, you will always be poor. Like I just gave you the formula. All you have to do is turn this video off, stop watching other people, and just go work, make money. So it's very simple. Make money, however you do it, make money, doing anything you got to do. If you're not investing right now, but you take days off, you should fill that day with something that'll pay you money, any amount of money, $5 an hour, $10 an hour, and push that money into stocks. So you need to make money, 2, keep it, don't give it to bills, and 3, invest it. Super simple. Very few people do this. You've got to make money that you stop giving to other people. See, your bills are the passive income for other people. You're building someone else's passive portfolio. You're building someone else's kingdom. You're responsible for your kingdom. It's your duty to make money, keep the money, keep it, and then invest it. All of it. You should go broke every month. Every month you should make money, keep it, and invest every penny to the point where you're nervous how you're going to do it the rest of the month because, well, we got to go make more money. This is how you do it. This is how rich people do it. They don't comfortably build Amazon. They don't comfortably build Facebook. They don't do it risk-free, right? That's not how it works. And so people say, well, I would invest in real estate, but prices are too high. I don't know if my renters will pay me. What if this happens? What if that happens? Understand, to build wealth, you have to assume responsibility. It's one of the 10 pillars of success. If you click on my link, go to my website, I have a thing called the 10 pillars of success. And pillar number 10 is full responsibility. Like you're completely responsible for you. Where you're at right now is your fault. If you're doing good, congratulations. If you're doing bad, that's on you. You have to be accountable. And so there should be no days off. I'm talking to the guy trying to get rich. Now, You're not trying to get rich. You're just trying to enjoy life, get through life. My advice isn't for you, right? My advice is for people who don't want to die broke. Most people are broke. Most people in America are broke. They don't think they're broke because they have a job. But if you didn't have your job, if the money stopped coming in from your job, how long until you went to zero or below zero? How long? Well, that number, whether it be 1 month, 1 year, how long could your assets sustain you? 1 month, 1 year, 2 years? If it's not forever, you're not financially free. You're actually broke. So you need to get that number forever. In other words, you only work because you want to work. See, I work because I want to work. I have $3 million, $3 million in stocks and real estate that produces cash flow every month. Every month. To the tune of about 6% of the $3 million. So think about that. I did that in 18 years. So that's why I talk about it in my free ebook. Anyone can get rich in America in 7 to 10 years. Anyone. I don't care if you're 16 years old and live in the ghetto, or you're 45 and live in the barrio, or like me and you live in a trailer park. Anyone in 7 to 10 years who begins to invest 30 to 50% of their income into stocks and real estate will get rich with certainty. Like it's just math. The science of getting rich clearly states it's just an exact science. You just have to do the exact steps that I'm talking about. You have to begin to invest. You have to begin accumulating the 20 to 30, I have 40, but 30 stocks. Like you begin accumulating those. How? $100 at a time, $200 at a time. I invest daily. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see me investing every single day. I invest every single day. If I make money today, I invest today. I'm in a constant state of investing. And that's how I went from, I never made more than $12 an hour at a job. I built my $3 million portfolio with side hustles and side gigs and things, not from a job. I pushed all the money into the assets that produce cash flow. I took all the cash flow and pushed it back into more assets. And so 18 years later, I go from $250 to $3 million just working this strategy. And I'm going to do it tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day so that I can get this to 10 million. See, money doubles every 7.2 years. Your money will double if you're getting 10% return. Well, I've had many years, not many, but I've had back-to-back 30% years. So what happens when you have $500,000 and you have a 30% year? Well, that looks a lot like 90,000, right? So now you're sitting at 600,000. And then say you have another 30% year. Well, what is 30% of 600,000? That looks like another 120,000, right? And so all of a sudden, you're closing in on $1 million. Anybody can play this game, but it starts with buying one stock, like your first stock, and one house. But that requires you to get the money. So you got to go get the money. You have to stop making excuses and go get the money. And you say, well, I don't make enough money. Well, work more. Work more. Like, this is you we're talking about. This is your life. You're financial. You're responsible. Go get the money. I don't care if you're 16 or 85. Go get the money.